Hare Krishna. So today we are going to discuss um, pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from his beginning of the South Indian Yatra. It's not exactly pertaining to the Srirangam as such, but then it has very important lessons that are there. So we are going to discuss about two important pastimes. So which is one is the Kurma Brahmin and another is the Vasudev Vikram. So these two personalities are very amazing personalities, and especially for Grahastha devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives very wonderful instructions in this section. So we chose these two sections for today's discussion. So now this shloka that we chanted, that no Krishna 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 Hai. So that is mentioned here. A shloka, Prema Matta Haya Bola Hari Krishna. Sorry, this is A shloka Padi Pade Chalila Gaura Hari Loka Deki Pade Kahe Bola Hari Hari. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to constantly chant this shloka and then induce everybody to chant Hari Hari, right? And then E Shloka Prema Mata Haya Bala Hari Krishna Prabhura Pache Sangha Yaya Darshana Krishna. So whoever heard Lord Chaitanya chant this Hari Hari also chanted the holy name of Lord Hari and Krishna. In this way, they all followed the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they were very eager to see him. So we saw in yesterday Jagannath Mutt, there is a nice painting that is there. So Mahaprabhu likes Rath Yatra very much. In Jagannath Puri also, like he likes it very much. And here also the picture was Rath Yatra was there, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, and then many people were following. So this was a constant. This one that sometimes devotees ask this one ki like already people are so much engrossed in various philosophies, so they are neither following their philosophy and they will neither take our philosophy, because they are subscribing to some other philosophy, so they will not take it up ours this one, and they will not follow theirs also because there is nobody to teach them their philosophy properly. So, but then Mahaprabhu solved that problem. Wherever he went, people followed him. So, what was the secret in his preaching? Intense absorption in Krishna consciousness. So, practically speaking, everybody are looking for, okay, you are telling you are a devotee, but then you become angry. No, you become, you behave like this, you behave like that, and things like that. How can you be a devotee? No. So, like, I want to follow something. Especially in South India, it is even more difficult that people know what to expect. No, what to expect of a devotee, people know. And if they don't get that, they will say, like, why should I follow? So, the preacher standard also should be more high in South India. So the people will ask that, if you say that I am also practicing, later I will develop some qualities, then they'll say later I'll follow Krishna consciousness. So that is a problem. Now in South India, like it requires much more a stronger effect of preaching is required, and for that, we also should observe ourselves in the process of Krishna consciousness. So we should chant our rounds nicely, and we should study Srimad Bhagavatam very nicely, and we should practice our Krishna consciousness very intensely. So only intense practice of Krishna consciousness has the power to change our nature. Like halka pulka practice of Krishna consciousness cannot change our nature. It can change our nature only after many lifetimes. Definitely it will also apply some change, but it will provide the change only after many lifetimes. So technically speaking, like I asked one senior devotee that the standard of bhakti yoga seems to be very high. So where does our congregation devotees fit? What should we call them? So and then he told that, see, uh, strictly speaking, we can call devotees, bhakti yogis, a person as bhakti yogi only if he spends more than 50% of his time in the angas of bhakti. So then, okay, like that means, no, many of us are not can be called as devotees. So then, how can we, what should be this one? So then he explained, see, like even karma yogis, they perform the angas of bhakti. They also have to perform angas of jnana, and they also have to perform the angas of karma. So that karma means like the varnashrama duties. So one who spends most of the time in the varnashrama duties, that is taking care of the family, job, and other things. So they are technically called karma yogis. That is the category that we fit in. And the best thing the congregation can do is, they should come to the Nishkama platform. So they should aspire for, I don't want material sense gratification, but I have to do this because this is my duty. And then I should increase the component of bhakti over a period of time. And then before we give up this body, we should die as bhakti yogis. We should die as bhakti yogis. We should spend more time on the angas of bhakti. So that is a very important this one. And like, please don't take any drastic decisions. And then, so then we'll get complaints. Or like our family member was coming to ISKCON and suddenly he gave up everything and he's only doing bhakti. We don't want that also. Now that's what Arjuna wanted to do, and Krishna chastised very heavily. And that's what Kurma Brahman also want to do now. So in some time we will see. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also telling, don't do that. So because this is not a abrupt change, will not help us. So we are in a process, and the process is scientific, God given process, Krishna given process, and it works. We have to peacefully, we have to follow the process carefully, right? So, so that is very important. So now, so here we see that devotees, so they were all like very impressed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's absorption in Krishna consciousness, and they were ready to follow. They were following him. And then Katashana Rahi Prabhu Tara Alingaya Vidaya Karila Thare Shakti Sanchariya. So he told that after some time, so all the people who are following, so Mahaprabhu embraced them and he told, now you go back to your homes. Don't follow me. Right? So, and then he empowered them. Each one of them, he empowered them and say, Jana Nija Grame Kariya Gamana Krishna Bali Hase Kande Nacha Anukshana. So each of these empowered persons would return to his own village, always chanting the holy name of Krishna and sometimes laughing, crying, and dancing. Yare deke tara kaha Krishna kaha Krishna nama, ei mata Vaishnava kaila sava nija gram. So like whomever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw, no, he asked them to chant the names of Krishna and he empowered them. And one day, one time program, he becomes spiritual master. No, he can go to his village and he can deliver people. So that's the effect of powerful preachers. No. And then, so like they would go to their village and they would also similarly do the very same thing. And they would also make devotees over there. So in that villages also everybody would become devotees. And then say ye ara grama kare upadesha ekmata Vaishnava haila sava dakshina desha. So in this way, an empowered man went from one village to another. All the people of South India became devotees. Sometimes devotees have doubt. If so many people have become devotees, where are the devotees now? So, but then there are many opinions about this. So, but we have a solid evidence that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here, and we have a solid evidence from the drawings that are done by the local devotees. From there we can see that what was the impact of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the descendants of the families who have directly met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years before, so they are still living here. So these all are proofs that Mahaprabhu definitely came here and Mahaprabhu definitely created a big revolution. But one very important thing, what is the basis of Krishna consciousness? What do we call as the basis of Krishna consciousness? Purity is the force. What is the basis? Books are the basis. So one problem is during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, there were no books. So like if somebody were to refer, what is to be done? So there was no solid reference. So I was discussing with local devotees yesterday, whole day, I was discussing with many devotees here, and they were mentioning in Srirangam temple, like locally, that every single thing is documented. Which day, which festival? There are like in 365 days, there are I think 320 days there is festival, something like that. No, so many festivals are there. Some festivals are big, some festivals are small, but then there are enormous amount of festivals. Each festival, what procedures have to be done, and each festival, which family will do. So like there are 74 or 72 families. So which what is it? Acharya families are there. So they are the ones who give initiations. Like no, they are clearly defined, and all of them have clearly defined services in the temple. So when their time comes of doing service, whether they are working in Germany or whether they are working in America, they will give up everything. 20 days, 1 month, they will just come here, do their service, spick and span, and then they will go back. So that's how, like, such a big temple, it goes on based on a calendar, and then no, this one, no follow up, nothing. Like, no, they will manifest, they will do their service, and they'll vanish. So like such an amazing system, like they had made. So basically the thing is the documentation. And no, then later on, so Mahaprabhu actually instructed the Goswamis like to document things. No, he specifically instructed Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, you go to Vrindavan, analyze all the Vedic scriptures, and establish our Siddhanta. And they profusely wrote, books after books after books, so much of literature they gave. Then later on, we have Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan. They also contributed in terms of writing. Mahaprabhu told everywhere, every village, like Harinam has to be chanted. So, but these great acharyas, they were sitting in Vrindavan, they were writing. So like, did they not follow the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? They were following the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were creating the foundation. So now, we have enormous amount of literatures that we have, and then Srila Prabhupada also profusely blessed us with books. And one of the standard complaints of senior devotees about the modern day ISKCON, anybody knows? Devotees are not sufficiently reading the books, So like then we will be doing some devotional service, whatever we think is devotional service, and then we will not know what exactly is devotional services. Devotional service is a science. All of your software engineers are related to software engineers, so like you will all know this thing. If even one line of code goes wrong, the whole program goes wrong. So it is a system. No, the devotional service is a science. No, it is a system, and it has to be performed diligently. So that's a very, very important thing. And so all these personalities, they went to village, and they made so many devotees. Ei mata pata eite shata shata jana Vaishnava karena thara Kari Alingana. Thus, many hundreds of people became Vaishnavas, and they passed the Lord on the way and were embraced by him. E grama rahi viksha karena yara gare se gramera yata loka ashi dekhi bare. So, like in whichever village Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed and accepted Bhiksha, so many people came to see him. Prabhu Kripaya Haya Mahabhagavat. One-time program Mahabhagavat. So, say Sabha Acharya Haya, no Tarila Jagat. So, one thing, devotees can, those devotees who have burning desire to preach. So, why the preaching is not expanding? Because I am not chanting the rounds properly. I am not able to hear the chanting properly. So, I am the cause for not these so many people not taking up Krishna consciousness. If I would have become serious in Krishna consciousness, so many people, Mahaprabhu did not organize a Gita course, he did not register people, he did not follow nothing, just went past, and then just by seeing him, people became devotees. So that is, that is this one. Like we cannot become like Mahaprabhu. At least we can become like some Chota Prabhu, something Chota Mata preaching we can do. So, but for everything, our absorption is very necessary. So it is. We see like I compare this with if we want to do book distribution. So we have not taken books from IBC, and then we go out for book distribution, and then we come across people, and then you take book, and people ask, "Where is the book?" No, book is there; it will come. You know? And people will think that we are we are some gone case. The same thing, like we, before we set out for preaching, we should ask this question: that how well I'm chanting the rounds, how well I'm absorbed in the process of studying Srimad Bhagavatam. So I should keep asking myself this question: that more I become, this is the purchasing of the product, or getting of the product. Getting of the product is intensifying our bhakti, and preaching is distribution of the product. So first and foremost is we have to get the product. Even in book distribution, there is a law is there. The first law of book distribution is get the books. Then after that you can then you have to display and distribute. So in this way, like it is very important that so before we set out for preaching, we should intensify our bhakti. So, Mata Kaila Yavat Gela Setu Bande Sarva Desha Vaishnava Haila Prabhura Sambandhe. So, in that way, like no, Mahaprabhu was going towards Setu Banda, extreme south, and on the way, like an important call, you can speak to Prabhu and you can tell that I'm in a class. So, so he went to all parts, and whomever came in contact, they all became devotees. Navadvipe e Shakti na karila prakashe, she Shakti prakashi nistarila dakshina deshi. This is some very wonderful credit to the South Indians or people who are living in South India. So it is mentioned Navadvipe se Shakti na karila prakash. No, that means in Navadvip also Mahaprabhu did not exhibit this kind of like power, no potency. He did not distribute or invest this kind of potency. She Shakti Prakashi Nistarilu Dakshina Desha. So that Shakti, that power, he invested in South India. No? So South India is like really very special place. So where preaching has to really take up. And Prabhu ke e baje Tara Tara Kripa Haya Se Saba Leela Satya Karilaya. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowering of other devotees can be understood by one who's actually a devotee of the Lord and who has received His mercy. If somebody doubts these uncommon pastimes, Alautika Leelaya Yara, Na Haya Vishwas. If somebody doesn't put faith in these pastimes of the Lord, Ihaloka Paraloka Tara Haya Nasha. So in this life also things will get destroyed, and next life also it will not be auspicious for us. So Pratame Kala Prabhura, E Rupa Gamana, E Mata Janiha Yavat Dakshina Brahmana. So whatever I have stated about the beginning of the Lord's tour should be understood to hold for as long as the Lord toured the South India. So that means the same thing, same phenomena is keep on happening. When Mahaprabhu is going through the South India, and like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is not going to explain the same things again and again. So he's just telling that the similar phenomena happened throughout. Right? And then Mahaprabhu is going to a particular village called Purmagram. So we will start from there. क्षणे प्रभु यदि बाह्य प्रकाशिला पूर्मेरा सेवक bahu sammana karila. So like he went to a village called Purmagram, so where there was a deity of Purmadev, and then Mahaprabhu was like very ecstatic, seeing the deity, and then he was overwhelmed. And so when he was there, so like a priest of the Purma deity, a Brahmana, so he actually came and he requested Mahaprabhu to come to his home. So he requested him to come to his home, and then Gare Ani Prabhura Kaila Pada Prakshalana. So he washed the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then say Jale Vamsha Sahita Karila Bhakshana. He also took that this Jala, which is Charanamrit of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he gave it to his family members also. And then Aneka Prakare Sneha Bhiksha Karaila. So like many different varieties of feast he prepared. So it is mentioned as Bhiksha because sannyasi is supposed to take Bhiksha. So and then Goshaira Sesa Anna Savamsha Kaila. So like the remnants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So everybody they took. So Ei Pada Padma Tomara Brahma Dhyana Kare. So that Brahmana is telling that this very same lotus feet is worshipped by Supreme being in this universe, that is Brahma, and say Pada Padme Sakshat Aila Moragara. So like that very same lotus feet has entered my home today. Mora Bhagyera Sima Naya Kahana Aji Mora Shlagya Haila Janma Kula Dana. So I cannot imagine my great fortune. So, such a great fortune that Supreme Personality of Godhead actually came to my home and whole myself, my family, and my entire dynasty, everything became like glorified just because of this particular act of yours. And Kripa Kare Prabhu Mora, Yara, Ya Kobara, Ya Kama Sanga, Sahite na Pari Dukka, Vishaya Taranga. He's telling that, so now I am not able to tolerate the waves of the material ocean. And no, I'm having a very good time with you. So I'm experiencing no supreme bliss in your association. Please allow me to go with you. So no, he's telling that, literally saying, no, I want to give up my family and I want to join full time. But then he should have taken that call before getting married. So now he's taking a late call. So then, okay. So then after that, Mahaprabhu was telling Prabhu kahe, aicha bata kabu na kahibe. So aisa baat, no, like don't speak like this, no, in future. Gare rahi Krishna nama nirantara laiva. So please stay back in the home and constantly chant the names of Krishna. So this is one principle, like grihe tako, bane tako, no swata hari bole dak. So that is a principle. So whether you be a full-time devotee or a congregation devotee, the idea is that constantly chant the names of Krishna. That is a whole idea. So that, Mahaprabhu is telling that better remain at home and chant the names of Krishna always. So then after that, he mentions this very powerful shloka. Jare dekha tare kaha, Krishna upadesh, amar agya guru haya tare yudesh. So he says that instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Sri Krishna as they are given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. So this is the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one should constantly chant the names of Krishna, and he should induce others also to chant the names of Krishna. So then, Kabuna Badibe Tomara Vishaya Taranga, Simarapi Eitai, Habe Mora Sangha. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further advised the Brahmana Kuma, if you follow these instructions, your materialistic life at home will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. Indeed, if you follow these regulative principles, we will again meet here, or rather, you will never lose my company. Right? So this is the science of Krishna consciousness. So, like one devotee was telling that don't even waste time changing your ashram. So you have to just immediately start chanting. Don't waste time on anything. So that is a very amazing understanding. Wherever you are, just immediately start chanting. In fact, Lord Brahma, also in glorification of Krishna, like after the Brahma Vimohan Leela, he mentions that Sthane Sthita Shrutigatam Kanuvan Manohir, E Prayaso Ajita Jita Asi Apita Lokyam. So he mentions that Sthane Sthita, Jnane Prayasa Udapasya Namatta. So give up all other processes, Jnana, Karma, and everything, and then what is that? Take shelter of the Supreme Lord completely, and then sthane sthita, shrutigatam. So don't even change your ashram, be wherever you are, and then shrutigatam tanuvan manobir, use your mind, words, and then the body and everything in the service of the Lord, and constantly be engaged in the service of the Lord. And this is the way to conquer that Ajita, that unconquerable Supreme Lord. He becomes conquered, by this process of surrendering unto him, and then listening to Shrutigatam, Shravanam and Kirtanam. So it's very, very powerful methodology. And so when we do this, so our material life will not disturb our spiritual advancement. And in this way, we will not lose the association of the Supreme Lord as well. Right? So, and Ei Mata Yara Gare, Kare Prabhu Viksha, say Aiche Kaha Tare, Karya Ev Siksha. So in whichever home Mahaprabhu went, it is the same phenomena. Nobody wants to get separated from him. Everybody is following him, and then he has to tell that, no, don't follow me. You go back home, you stay, you chant, you preach. This is something that Mahaprabhus keep on repeating. And so then Patayaite Devalaya Rahi Ye Grama Yahara Kare Piksha Kare Se Mahajane. So Kurma Aiche Riti Taiche Harila Sarva Thai Nila Chale Puna Yavat Na Haila Gosai. So this is the same thing that he did till the time he went back to Nilachal. The same thing, he is keep on doing at every place, wherever he would go. He would go to a temple and he would accept invitation of a Brahmana, he would accept some lunch, and then he would listen with similar kind of instructions and he would move across. So Atayeva Ihan Khailan Kariya Vistara E Mata Janive Prabhura Sarvatra Vyavahara. Thus I have described the Lord's behavior elaborately in the case of Kurma. In this way, you will know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealings throughout South India. Right? So, E Mata Sei Ratri Tahai Rahila Prata Kale Prabhu Snana Karila Chalaila. So, thus Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would remain at night in one place, and the next morning after bathing, he would start again. So, Prabhura Anubraji Kurma Bahu Dura Aila No Prabhu Tare Yatna Kari Gare Pataila. So, like, he's this Brahmana, he was following, after he left home, this Brahmana was following him for a long distance. So then Mahaprabhu had to stop and tell, like, no, it's enough, following me. Like, now you go back home. So he's just sending him back, And then, so that time, another great devotee, So this devotee, Vasudeva Nama Eka, Vijay Mahashaya, Sarvanga Dalita Kushta Tate Kidamaya. So this Vasudeva Nama Eka Dvija Mahashaya. Dvija means, what is the meaning of this word Dvija? Twice born. So who is called twice born? So in the Vedic sense, twice born means the Vaishyas, Kshatriyas and the Brahmanas. All three of them are, they go to the Gurukul and they take initiation. So all three of them are called Dvija. And Dvija Shrestha means Brahman. So the best among the twice born is the Brahman. Right? So now here, Vasudeva Nama Eka Dvija Mahashaya. So that means he's a Brahmana. He's a Brahmana and Sarvanga Galita Kushta. His body, every anga of his body is affected by Kushta. Kushta rog. What do we call Kushta rog? Leprosy. And then all of it and Kidamaya. Kida means like the worms were wandering in his body like throughout. That's the kind of position that he is there in. And Angehaita Ekida Kashya Padaya Utaya Se Kida Rake Se Thaya. So, like, although suffering from leprosy, the Brahmana Vasudeva was enlightened. As soon as one worm fell from his body, he would pick it up and place it back again in the same location. So, what was his mood? Why he was doing this? So, he was thinking that, this particular insect, it has been, I am suffering because of my own karma. Nobody is to blame, for my own suffering. But then for this worm, the Lord has given this permission to eat my body. So who am I to stop that? Who am I to stop the facility given by the Supreme Lord? So that is a mood in which he is actually picking up a worm that is falling down and he is putting it back. So devotees don't start practicing this. This is a very, very exalted state. If a mosquito comes, you are supposed to throw it away. Otherwise, you will get dengue, malaria, and things like that. So then, thoda bahut to 16 rounds ho raha, wo bhi nahi hoga. Whatever 16 rounds little bit is happening, that also will not happen. So here, Vasudev, even in this condition, he was constantly remembering Krishna. He was constantly chanting the names of Krishna. His remembrance of the Lord was not obstructed. Such people can do this kind of things, and it is not a sadhana bhakti that he is doing. It is spontaneous devotional service that he is doing. So when our remembrance of the Lord is not constant, so then we are not expected to do this kind of raga bhakti. So we are expected to do sadhana bhakti, based on rules and regulations. And rule is that if a mosquito comes, you should you should show its way off, and then you should not allow it to prick you, right? So Ratrira Ratrite Shunilate ho Gosaira Agamana Deki para Aila Prabhute Kurma Bhavana. So like only in the night he got to know that Mahaprabhu actually came to this Brahmana's house and he was running and coming and to this Brahmana's house. Like he got the news that Mahaprabhu is staying in this Brahmana's house and he's running and coming to meet this Brahmana. And Prabhu Kamana Purma Mukete Suniya Bhumita Padila Dukha Murchita Haya. So like from the Brahmana he got to know that Mahaprabhu just left from this place And then this, Vasudev, like this leper, he could not tolerate the, like pain that, to attain the audience of the Supreme Lord is so very rare. And I got an opportunity to meet him. So, but then before I could come, he has already left. So, out of intense feelings of misery, he got like, murchita hai. So, like he got what is that? Giddiness, or what do we call it? Huh? Fainted. He got fainted. Yeah. So, aneka prakara vilapa karite lagila. Hmm. And then say Kshana Asi Prabhupara Malingaya. So when Vasudev, the leper Brahmana, was lamenting due to not being able to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord immediately returned to that spot and embraced him. Prabhu Sparshe Dukkha Sangha Kushta Dura Gela. No, Prabhu Sparshe, like the moment he touched the touched this Brahmana, Dukkha Sangha Kushta Dura Gela. So along with misery, even the Kushta Rog also went off. So like even the leprosy also went off. Ananda Sahite Anga Sundara Haila. So like no, the body became very, very beautiful, and then he also became greatly happy. Like this is the effect of coming in contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what is the way that we can come in contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So Nama Rupa Guna Lila. And first and foremost is what we are advised is to come in contact with the Supreme Lord in the form of the holy name. If we are able to chant and hear the names of the Lord clearly, so we will also feel a sense of happiness deep within the heart, which is not explainable, which is not something that people of this world can understand. So, but it is a very, very nice experience. If we can chant and hear the holy names of the Lord. So that's the we can say like very, very minimum most degree of experience of what Vasudev is having. So he is having like no intense experience. At least we can start with having a small experience, very small experience. So that is very important. And in fact, one very nice preaching technique is that if your members see you relishing the holy name of the Lord, they will not, they will not ask you any question. Simply they will tell, no, Prabhu, mala dijiye. No, I want to chant. So, like, if they don't see you, like, relishing the holy names of the Lord, they will say, like, no, oh, I'll chant tomorrow. Like, no, next Siksha level I'll take. No, and things like that. But they see you relishing the holy names of the Lord, immediately next day they will start chanting 16 rounds. So that's the effect. Here Mahaprabhu is preaching no 16 rounds, no full day chanting. So at least we can inspire people for 16 rounds. Right? So Prabhu Kripa Dekhi Tara, Vishmaya Haila Mana, Shloka Padi, Payadari, Karaya Stavana. So, like the Brahmana Vasudeva was astonished to behold the wonderful mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he began to recite a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, touching the Lord's lotus feet. So, this is a shloka that we often discuss. So, like this is a nice shloka. Please repeat after me. Vaham daridra papiyan va Krishna Sri Niketana Brahma Bandhur Tismaham Bahupyam Parirambita. So it's a very nice shloka. This shloka is recited by, spoken by Sudama. So in Krishna Lila. So when Sudama was, going to meet Krishna, like he was very, very poverty stricken. He is a childhood friend of Krishna, Gurukuli, like, classmate. So they had a very nice association together, when they were young. And now, like he was very, very poor, and his wife was requesting him that no, your friend Krishna is Dwarkadish, no, he is the king. No, why don't you go and beg something from him? Like because of course it is not some dharma viruddha. No, it is not against the dharma. You are a brahmana and he is a king. No, it's not out of friendship. You can at least go and beg some things. Like you will get something. You can. No, the wife's the son is she's not asking. You are not giving anything to me. The wife's problem is I am not able to give anything to you. No, it's like Vedic system is very, very difficult to understand. So like yesterday, I was talking to one nice Sri Vaishnava here, and that Prabhuji had come in a two-wheeler, and then when he saw us, like me and Sri Giridhari Prabhu, like he stopped, and then when he wanted to spend some time, and he was speaking to us, and his wife also there along with him, and I was like so amazed to see the culture, like no, he was wearing dhoti, like all of us, this Panchaganjam dhoti, like we call, and then he was sitting in the bike, and we were like standing in the street and things like that, and his feet was exposed, and mosquitoes were biting him, and throughout the time, maybe half an hour or 1 hour, like we would have discussed things, not just outside the Jagannath, but where you all departed. After that, we were discussing there, and this Mataji was peacefully like, she was removing all the mosquitoes, and she was like, the amount of devotion that she has towards her husband. I was like simply fallen flat. No, I was thinking I should offer obeisances to that Mataji. Like so amazing, so amazing. Like so these places we can actually see the deep rooted culture, not very very deep rooted culture. So we no, anyways, like here we see that the Vasudev is like our Sudama. No, his wife was worried that she's not telling that like what did you give to me? No, see the other person like he gave so many jewels. No, he, he gave so much big house he made and things like that and all. So no complaints of that sort. But her only thing is that I'm meant to serve you. No, but I'm not able to serve you. Like, no, please do something. No, and then no, like Sudama, like he went to this one. He also was thrilled that not because of getting some money from picture from the Supreme Lord. So, but he was thrilled about the opportunity to meet the Supreme Lord. So, and then we all know the story, like how it went and things like that. And when Sudama, when he approaches the Dwaraka, and at that time, like the message reaches, and then Krishna runs, like towards Sudama, and then he comes and embraces Sudama. And that time, Sudama actually mentions this particular shloka. He says, "Swaham daridra papiya." No, so he didn't expect Krishna to react in this way. He was like, "Okay, fine. No, you're a Brahmana, you're begging. So, like, it's my duty to give charity. I will offer you." So maybe like a little bit of what is that? Little bit of interactions and things like that. So, but he didn't expect to this level that the king or the supreme lord would come down from his throne and he would come to receive him and he would come and embrace him. This is not a normal scenario that happens with any other brahmana. Like even the like guards of Krishna, like everybody, like they were astonished. No, like who is this personality that Krishna is becoming so much overwhelmed and to actually meet him, and he's actually reacting in this way. So then like Sudama also was taken aback, and he was telling that Kvaham Daridra Papiya. So who am I? So like Kwa means like who, no Kwa Aham means who am I, and Daridra. Daridra is like definitely is Daridra because he's very poor. Daridra means poor. No, he doesn't have any possessions. No, such a person is called Daridra. And then why a person is Daridra? So that is also mentioned. Janma Aishwarya Shuddha Shri. No, like if somebody has good birth, like wealth, uh, education, and beauty. So this is considered to be the result of pious activities. So he is mentioning that I'm Daridra and I'm a sinful person. So like I'm a sinful person, and he's telling Twa Krishna. Who is Krishna? Sri Niketana. So he is the Niketan means what? House. Sri Niketan means the residence of Goddess Lakshmi. No, residence of Goddess Lakshmi. So I don't have any Shri. No, he's telling that, neither the beauty nor the wealth, nothing I have. So, but then, Krishna is the abode of all the, opulences. No, and literally in his house, Lakshmi Devi was residing. No, so he is the Lakshmi Pati, right? So, no, Kwa Krishna Sri Niketana and Brahma Bandhu Ritismaham. No, who am I? I am Brahma Bandhu. No, I'm not even a Brahmana. I'm born in a Brahmana family, but I don't fit the description of a proper Brahmana. I'm just a relative of a Brahmana. No, so the Brahma Bandhu means like this is a terminology that is used. Bandhu means friend. No, and Brahma Bandhu means friend. No, friend of a Brahmana. Friend of a Brahmana means what? he's not actually Brahmana. He's somewhere related to a Brahmana. He's son of a Brahmana, or he's a, what is that? Like something like that. No, he's son of a Brahmana, but he cannot be called as a Brahmana. No, such people are called this, used this terminology Bandhu. So I am in some way related to a Brahmana family, but I am not actually a Brahmana. So, and then Bahupyam Parirambita. But still the Lord, he came and he embraced me with his two arms. No, why should he do this? So this is a very amazing, this one. Sometimes, devotees also have this one. He like, Prabhu, like, this devotee did not give me proper respect. No, he like that. And also now we see that if we adopt Sudama's mood, we'll be supremely happy. No, like if we ask a devotee what respect you are supposed to get, what respect I am supposed to get, already what I'm getting is too much. No, I'm not supposed to get even this much. No, like, but the Supreme Lord is so merciful that people call me Prabhu. I know what is going inside my mind. Like, I am Adama Patita, but still people call me Prabhu and people offer obeisances. People, like, considering me to be a devotee, they come and take consultation, guidance, and things like that. So, what is the qualification do I have? I'm just simply repeating the message of Srila Prabhupada, and for that, all this respect. No, why should I get all this respect? So, here we see that this is a mood that we can actually adopt in every different aspects of bhakti. That when we are getting an opportunity to take darshan of Lord Ranganath now, so we should be in this mood. Why should I get the opportunity to take darshan of such an exalted personality? Who am I? No, am I a great VIP? No, like, am I constantly thinking about the Lord? No, like, here in the Sri Vaishnava line, they have this one, they have a terminology, so which is called Avichinna Tailadara. They call the Krishna consciousness, you can call yourself as a devotee when your thought or remembrance about Krishna is like this Tailadara. Water, if you pour, sometimes it may come in droplets, like, and some drops will come and then irregular flow it will be. But if you pour a oil, how the oil will flow? There is no gap at all, and it will flow constantly and smoothly. It will flow. That kind of remembrance, if you have, then you can have the guts to call yourself as a devotee. That's what they will do. Don't call yourself as a devotee. So, like, you call yourself as a karma yogi. No, don't call yourself as a devotee. Devotee is a very big term. No, why do you call yourself as a devotee? Challenge you. So, like in our Acharya's language also, the Karma Yoga is another name our Acharyas give us Gunibhuta Bhakti. Gunibhuta Bhakti means minimized Bhakti. No? And then after that, there is something called Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, which the Sri Vaishnavas are quite pro. They actually advocate. So that means what I mentioned, that more than 50% of your wakeful time spent on the bhakti. If you see any solid Sri Vaishnava Grahastha, like, he would spend at least 7-8 hours of time in the angas of bhakti, and then little bit of some small business of little bit of what is that? They may do some muruku and this and that, and they may sell a little bit, and then Srila Prabhupada also notes in Prayag, there was one family like this. And he notes that such was the practice of the very serious practitioners of bhakti. They will minimize the needs and necessities of their life, and they will spend most of the time in the angas of bhakti. So Prabhupada notes that he would go to the Prayag confluence and he would take bath and he would do deity worship and he would chant mantras and things like that. And then towards the afternoon, he would cook a little bit of prasad, and then he and his wife would put a stall right outside their home, and whatever the like. Sweets or that savories, they got sold. So they would run their family in that this one. So you can find that kind of an example, many examples over here. So, like, we can actually see that solid Grahastha families, how do they actually practice? So we are far away from that. Like, we should aspire to become like that. So minimize our needs and necessities, and then Lord will provide. Lord will provide based on the level of renunciation that we have developed in our heart. So to that extent, we should minimize our needs and necessities, and then we should spend more and more time in the angas of bhakti, not abruptly, with proper guidance. with proper guidance. It requires a lot of guidance. So here we see that this, like, uh, our Vasudev, he is also thinking of this Sudama, and then he's telling that the very same thing happened to him also. Like here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is embracing, like Vasudev. So, like, very same thing, like he remembers this particular shloka, and then he's telling that why should I get, Prabhupada's translation is also very amazing. He said, who am I? A sinful poor friend of a Brahmana, and who's Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, at full in six opulences. Nonetheless, he has embraced me with his two arms, right? So then, this Brahmana is very much worried that you have done such a miracle on my body. So now people will glorify me. I will become proud, and my Krishna consciousness will be lost. And then Mahaprabhu is going to, like, tell the solution. प्रभु कहे तुम्हारा न हमें अभिमान निरंतर कबू तुम्ही Krishna Krishna नाम. So he's telling, if you chant Hare Krishna incessantly, constantly, then you will not come into this unnecessary pride. And then he's telling that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also telling that preach about the message of Krishna consciousness and thus liberate the living entities. As a result, Krishna would very soon accept you as his devotee. No, so this is what he is mentioning, that Mahaprabhu did not make people the stricter sense devotees immediately, and he asked people to follow your household duties and then chant Hare Krishna and you preach. And after some time, Krishna will accept you as a devotee, right? So that is this one. Etakahi Prabhu Kaila Antardana Dui Vipra Nom Galagali Ande Prabhura Guna, or Ande Prabhura Guna. So, like, then after doing this, Mahaprabhu disappeared from that place, and then both the Kurma Brahmin and also this Vasudev Brahmin, so both of them embraced each other. They began to cry, and they started remembering the transcendental qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the amazing pastime, of Mahaprabhu, and very, very important, siksha for the Grahastha devotees are there. I also would like to narrate one more pastime before we go to Ranganath temple. Yesterday I heard from Sri Giridhari Prabhu. It was very, very touching. So at one point in time, the Muslim like rulers, they wanted to loot the temple of Jagannath, and a big, if I'm not wrong, his name was Khilji, they wanted to loot the temple, and an army of Muslim soldiers had come here. And then all the Vaishnavas, they were, I think it is also the Vedanta Deshikar's period. And all the the Vedanta Deshikar himself, I was told that he took the Utsavar and he went on a different gate outside. And then when this army came, so they wanted to build a wall in front of the Moolavar, the main deity. So, but then they need time to build the wall. So, if wall is built and the Utsavar is anyway gone and the Moolavar is not to be seen, and these people will think that the deities are not there. So, they would go or they would loot other things, and then they would go. They will not desecrate the main sanctum, the altar. So in that way, they thought, and they wanted to buy time. So all the Vaishnavas here, so they made a human chain, and they wanted to buy time. And in this way, they were Brahmanas, they were not fighting. So, but then they stood in front, and it is mentioned that 12,000 Sri Vaishnavas were slaughtered. So 12,000 Sri Vaishnavas were slaughtered. By the time, they could build a wall, in front of Rangana. And then, so the all the soldiers went in and then they looted as much as they want. So, but the main deity was not disturbed. So, so then later on they, uncovered the deity. And in fact, it is mentioned that the wall was built in front of Ranganath and also in front of the Lakshmi Devi, Tayan. So, there were Brahmanas to tell, there were some Brahmanas who were living still to tell that behind the wall, the Moolavar is there. So it was a very secret operation. Even not every Brahmana was knowing about. So then, but then there was nobody to tell that behind the wall there is Lakshmi Devi's deity is there. So that's why, like for a long time, they worshipped another deity in the front, and later on, they found out that okay, like behind the wall there is another deity. So that's why you will find two, Moolavar deities in the Tayar Sannidhi or the Lakshmi Devi's this one. And then after this army was going out, so one lady devotee, like if I'm not wrong, her name was Vellayamma or something like that. And no, she told the commander in chief that no, what you people look at, you did not get the sufficient things. No, the priests have already taken the important things and they have ran away. So come, I'll show you, where they are running. So they know that the white Gopram is there, where our Vamana Royal Hotel is there, next to that. That's the east gate. So that white Gopram, she told that no, you come in the top, I will show you. So she took the commander in chief to the top, and she pushed him and killed him. And then she also she also jumped and committed suicide, because if she comes down, no, she'll be finished. No, she also jumped and committed suicide. So in remembrance of her, so that Gopuram was painted white. So even now, that Gopuram is painted white. So now we see that the dedication of the devotees. So their spiritual master, so he gave the instructions that you should worship this deity of Rangana, and you should dedicate your life and soul towards this deity. And literally, they gave their lives to protect this, deity of the Lord, and they rendered service, to Lord Rangana so wonderfully. And so it is, anyway, you might have heard about the glory of this deity. This deity is like directly coming from Brahma Loka, like Lord Brahma worship, and then many, many great personalities worship, and Lord Ramachandra worship, and then like it is coming down, and such amazing deity. It is very, we are so very fortunate. So we should ask this question to ourselves: who am I? Why should I get this opportunity to take darshan of such a wonderful deity? So, like, we should remember, it's a great mercy upon us, and we should be grateful. So the moment we become grateful, so we earn lots and lots of credits in Krishna consciousness. The moment we think, no, I have purchased a 100 rupee ticket, no, or 500 rupee ticket, and I should get darshan. So that's all the way when we will be able to see something inside. But we will not actually get the darshan. I think now it is also the time of Taila Kapi. So like we will not be able to see the full deity or full alankar and things like that. So devotee should not feel that I've come all the way, I'm not able to see the full deity. So the deity is not seen by the eyes. The deity is seen by our sincere prayers and humility and gratitude. So then the Lord will actually manifest in front of our eyes. So with this, I pause today's discussion. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.